Throughout the years, many strange discoveries have been made in China during various excavations. These include mysterious bones belonging to unknown creatures and more. In 1978, Professor Yang Xilong established Department 749 in the Kunlun Mountains, dedicated to investigating these enigmatic findings. By 1979, a soldier named Hu Bai joined the excavations, enduring grueling labor. His frequent exhaustion was met with support from Yang Ping, Professor Yang's daughter, who often helped him recover, forming a bond that made their friend, Sang Sun, envious. One day, the team uncovers a massive skull from an unidentified beast. As Hu Bai curiously approaches, a sudden explosion shakes the cave, sending shockwaves across the camp and prompting a full evacuation. Although many are injured, an alternate pathway opens within the mountain, leading Professor Yang to propose a new expedition. Eager to assist, Yang Ping and Hu Bai volunteer to join, which prompts Sang Sun and other soldiers to follow. The team ventures into the newly discovered cavern, soon finding themselves on an ice platform with a deep fissure. Descending further, they stumble upon a hidden cave filled with strange fossils. They eventually reach a cliff, where Professor Yang tells Hu Bai of a legend about an ancient kingdom hidden nearby. Their conversation is interrupted by the sight of a giant footprint in the snow. As the team investigates, small, butterfly-like creatures surround them. They soon realize these creatures are not butterflies, but rather a bizarre type of bat that can ignite in blue flames upon contact with flesh, posing a deadly threat. After a skirmish with the bats, the team presses on, eventually arriving at the base of a mountain. However, they are soon caught in an avalanche triggered by a nearby giant creature. With no choice but to leap into an abyss, Professor Yang ties Hu Bai and Yang Ping together, and they make a daring escape. After falling, they awaken in a cave with only a few survivors: Hu Bai, Yang Ping, Professor Yang, and Sang Sun. As they explore deeper, they uncover a grand tower known as the Sacred Palace of Kulun, believed to house ancient demonic creatures. At Professor Yang's urging, Hu Bai and Yang Ping enter the tower, inadvertently summoning spirits. However, Sang Sun, frightened by the spirits, extinguishes a candle that collapses the cave. The group makes a hasty escape, but Sang Sun sacrifices himself to fend off the bats that chase them. Hu Bai, Yang Ping, and Professor Yang manage to escape to a high cliff behind a waterfall. Just as the bats catch up, Yang Ping sacrifices herself by pushing Hu Bai off the cliff into the water below. Hu Bai survives, but he later discovers that he is the sole survivor of the mission. Disheartened, he returns to civilian life, taking a job at a library owned by Mr. Wang. Here, Hu Bai becomes absorbed in ancient texts, uncovering a secret history of a demon race with ties to a tower they had tried to seal off. Meanwhile, at Department 749, a mysterious woman named Shirley, who bears an uncanny resemblance to Yang Ping, is discovered alive within a coffin. She has no memory of her past and is kept under constant observation. As Hu Bai continues his research, he begins to experience strange powers triggered by the scar on his shoulder. Mr. Wang reveals to him that this scar is the result of a demonic infection, granting him abilities but also binding him to dark forces. Hu Bai learns that he is connected to an ancient guardian spirit, Princey, who had once fought to free humanity from a technologically advanced demon race. Hu Bai realizes he is the only one capable of reopening the demon's tower, a task that could unleash untold horrors upon the world. Faced with his newfound powers and knowledge, he must decide whether to continue his peaceful life or confront the demons from the ancient tower to protect humanity. Meanwhile, at Department 749, Officer Han is furious to discover that his team has lost track of Professor Yang. However, an unexpected piece of news improves his mood. Shirley has regained her memories and wants to search for her father, along with Hubei. Han travels to the library to recruit him, but Hubei initially refuses to return to action after witnessing so much death on the last mission. However, he quickly changes his mind upon learning about Yang Ping, who now identifies as Shirley, as he deeply misses her. Wang advises against Hubei's involvement, warning that the demons want to capture him to reopen the tower. Yet, Hubei is determined to understand how Yang Ping returned and to address the spirits and beasts now attacking the prince's tomb. Hubei leaves the library with Fat, who insists on helping him. They travel to northern China, where they meet the team that will search for the professor. Xin Dong, a woman named Wei Wei, a group of soldiers, and, of course, Shirley. Hubei can't contain his excitement when he sees her again, but while she remembers her name, she acts coldly toward him, insisting on being called Shirley instead of Yang Ping. Shortly after, the team sets out across the desert on camels. After several peaceful days, they suddenly encounter a fierce sandstorm and quickly flee. They unknowingly pass through a strange barrier, which seems to halt the sandstorm, keeping it at bay as they enter the ruins of the oil city. Once in a safe area, they realize that they've lost some men in the escape, including Fat. Left behind in the desert with 3 other men and only 1 camel, Fat and his group aim for a distant well. They are ambushed by a demonic creature resembling a werewolf, but one that walks in daylight. In their attempt to escape, the demon kills 1 soldier, while Fat and a friend manage to reach the oil city on a bicycle, reuniting with the team, who have been exploring ruins and encountering nothing but corpses. Hearing about the demons, Hubei wants to leave to avoid another massacre like the one in the mountains. But Xindong and Shirley are determined to stay and complete the mission. Their discussion is cut short as creatures suddenly attack, forcing the team to prepare for battle. They arm themselves and shoot at the first monster. Thinking they've succeeded in killing it, they pursue the second one. As the team observes the monster's swift movements, Shirley unexpectedly runs off into an abandoned school, followed closely by Hubei. Meanwhile, the others find that the first werewolf they killed has vanished. Inside the school, Hubei and Shirley encounter numerous bodies hanging from the ceiling and a hole leading to a tunnel below. Entering the tunnel, Hubei finds himself in a tomb, where a monster ambushes and injures him. Before it can kill him, Shirley appears, subdues the monster, and uses her powers to levitate Hubei's unconscious body into a coffin before leaving. Back in the city, more creatures emerge and locate the team, who hide in upper floors of buildings, attacking the monsters with silver bullets and rockets. Although they manage to fend off some, most of the werewolves dodge their attacks, scaling buildings and capturing several team members. Wei Wei narrowly escapes by hiding in a destroyed shop and pretending to be a mannequin. When she tries to take a photo, the noise alerts a monster, forcing her to flee. She manages to board a bus where Fat is waiting, and they struggle to survive against relentless attacks. Hubei awakens in the coffin, desperate to escape, but soon realizes it's healing his wounds rapidly. Mr. Wang's spirit appears, explaining that the coffin is helping the prince revive. Hubei then finds himself transported back to the tower, where he learns what happened to Yang Ping. The beast that captured her took her to the cave, burned her body, and made her a vessel for the Demon Queen. Now, Shirley controls the creatures and unleashes them upon the city. After the beast leaves, Hubei approaches the tower to speak with the Queen's spirit, learning that Yang Ping was chosen to open the tower as her descendant. The Demon Queen refuses to release Yang Ping, pointing out that killing her would mean her own demise. Determined, Hubei vows to find a way to free Yang Ping. The queen laughs at his resolve and sends him back to the city. He returns to find the monsters attacking the bus with Fat and Wei Wei inside. He quickly kills the creature to free his friends, but can do nothing for Xindong, who is cornered on a rooftop. Just as the monster is about to attack, Shirley intervenes, throwing a car at it to protect Hubei. He sees despair in her eyes and realizes that Yang Ping may never truly return, so he shoots Shirley 3 times, causing all the demons to disintegrate and the tower to collapse. Accepting that Hubei alone has the power to end her life, Shirley kisses him before reverting to Yang Ping and passing out. Hubei mourns her, but she suddenly awakens, happy to see him again. He carries her to the prince's coffin, hoping it will heal her. As he rests beside her, he experiences a vision of her memories, revealing her powers from childhood and her mother's tragic death in blue flames. He learns that Professor Yang researched the tower in hopes of saving her from a similar fate. Returning from the vision, Yang Ping professes her love and asks Hubei to continue searching for her father. Hubei honors her wish and leaves the desert with his team on camels, knowing their adventure is far from over as a massive beast watches them from a distance. If you enjoy it, click and subscribe and watch the next video.